I don't know what all I'm gonna show you guys today. It's a pretty boring day. I'm gonna go and cook a little bit. Let me turn this down. Hey guys, happy Vlogmas. One of my favorite activities to do lately is to go onto Reddit to the YouTube Music subreddit and just look at all the bizarre things that YouTube Music does that Google Music didn't. I was a Google Music fan from the beginning. I started using it and they just shut it down and pushed everybody YouTube Music, which the app is kind of atrocious. So everybody is just complaining about it and it's so funny. Like one person went and they chose a couple different artists, like John Lennon and whoever else, and they made a playlist. And in the playlist that they made from those artists, the 3 artists that they chose didn't show up at all in the playlist. There's just like some really funky coding. One day we woke up and there was a bunch of like my mixes, and so you had my mix 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to like 10. Then you had your super mixes and your workout mixes, and there was like 4 workout mixes. So there's just like all these mixes that they're trying to make. So somebody released some code. And it probably worked well with some people, and then some people's it just like went so bizarre that people post about it on Reddit. So that's been one of my favorite things to read when I wake up in the morning, is like, who's got something funky happening on their YouTube Music. So yeah, all my friends are like, switch services, but they've been telling me that for years, since everybody was on Spotify, and I have yet to switch. Yeah, and people who had like curated songs and like very specific versions of songs that they had bought, that just like didn't exist publicly, or I guess they didn't exist as like easily to find online. They're the ones that I think are struggling the most, because you can't upload your own music to YouTube Music like you could Google Music, and you can't on Spotify either. So streaming services don't really work well for them, but for someone like me that's just listening to things that are up anyway, and I just like a whole huge variety of music and types of music and genres, that it works really well for me because to have a streaming service. So anyway, I've been redoing my place. Cat is asleep. Every time I walk over, she's like trying to eat this thing. So I'm gonna have to put it up on a door. But I got in my lamp, which I've been waiting for a few weeks. And I had to move my chair because I just can't work out with the chair there. There's just like not enough space to do like hit stuff. So I moved the chair over. I should probably just get rid of it. I'm not like hugely happy with how that looks over there in the corner. So I did at first put the light over there. I've moved it here, but there's a cord on the ground. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, there's a cord on the ground, which is not great. But I put my baby It's Cold Outside pillow over there, and that's the box from me unboxing it. So yeah, I don't know, I might move this again, but it is nice to have it on. That was the last light bulb that I had that I wanted to put it in the automation, is something in the center here. So at night when I've got the top lights off and I've just got like the little string lights and some of the lamps on. I love this song. I have this lamp over here that comes on at night. I've got the bathroom lamp that is always on. And are those my only lamps? I have the string lights. And now I've got this one, so there's a little bit of light in the center of the room that if I just want to like read at night, but I don't want the big lights on, I can read from my couch. So that was the idea on that one. I still haven't put a lamp in the bath or in the kitchen yet. I'm wondering if I should. My kitchen's gonna be messy, sorry guys. But it's also kind of, I got my sugar cookie sleigh ride tea. It is so good. It's vegan. I mean, it's all just like seeds and stuff in here, but milk thistle. roasted barley, orange peel, and sugar cookie flavor, whatever that is. But it actually tastes like a sugar cookie. It's actually really good. I'll have some right now, actually. My little tea kettle. Somebody was asking me why I had a gooseneck kettle because they thought I was a fancy coffee drinker, and I am a fancy coffee drinker, but at home I am a, however I can make coffee the fastest drinker, and that is with my machine that I use. I made pizza last night. I made the pizza dough, so I don't have to worry about that today. It'll ferment. It'll actually taste better because it'll have longer in the fridge to ferment. So I think I'm just gonna sit down, watch some of the innovation videos. I might read a little bit. So my work has, and the Women's Network in my office has a book club that we do where they send us books. So this is the one they sent us. It's, I like it, but I'm like really into reading about this sort of like social side of things, and obviously like how to be supportive of other people and like inclusive in a workplace. So I am fast reading it, and I think it's really good information, but it's a little dry if you're like not into reading about microaggressions for a while. So I don't know how many people will end up finishing it in the book club, but they'll like the local regional person that's over the Central Texas offices. He's approved for us to have Favors, which is an app in Texas. It might be elsewhere, but it's basically a Grubhub or an Uber Eats. And so whenever we meet as a book club, now that we're virtual, they'll send us like $20 in Favor, and we can go and order whatever food we want, and then have the lunch hour and talk about the book, which is actually quite nice. It's easier for me to join in because before if I was traveling or was out inside on something, I would just have to miss it if I was out of town. If I was in town, I would try to go into the office instead of working from home. But if I was out of town, I would just have to miss it. And now it's nice because I'm able to go to all the book clubs. So I might read a little bit of the book. I'm gonna watch some innovation videos, drink this tea that I'm making now. And that's gonna be basically my whole day. I worked out a little bit this morning. I might do some more of the puzzle. I did some of the puzzle this morning. Not a whole lot, but I was putting together the words. I think it says Briar Farms. Fox Briar Farms Inn. There's a lot going on in this puzzle. So that's going my day. Okay, so I'm putting in an order for Granger. I couldn't find this stuff at Home Depot. I got wall plate, a cable wrap, some more wall plates. What I'm looking for is, I'll show you this, is wall plates like this that are pretty plain, but are the right fittings with the right number of gangs. And actually, the cat's still trying to eat this. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but it is for these wall plates, so they're kind of weird ones. Oh, I don't know if you can tell. I'm eating a mint now. I tried on some new makeup. It's Bare Minerals, which I've had before, but I watched a YouTube video on how to like actually apply it, which I think it's good. I only put on some shimmer, what do you call that, highlighter, and then the Bare Minerals, and I put on a little bit of moisturizer because my skin was really dry. I did my eyebrows and mascara, so I got a little bit of makeup on today. Yeah, oh, I've been using this one thing. It's called Tula, and it's like a cooling thing for under your eyes. Sometimes my eyes start to look puffy. They get puffy in there, which is really weird looking, I think. So I've been using Tula Skincare Rose Glow and Get It.
Hello and welcome. Wrong-lighted and integrating with concrete joints. The output of each tranche will be a dynamite package with user guide, able to be used on live and upcoming projects.
Water is a critical and limited resource for the planet. It drives our society and enables our systems and processes. Every time the tap is turned on for virtually all urban taps on the planet, data is created and tracked with the water meter. These are touch points between water users and water producers.
Guys, I'm going over the innovation videos, and there was one person that coordinated with me a little bit beforehand, and overall in the coordination he was asking me to do a lot of like helping him prepare for it. And I kept asking him, you know, who have you connected with? Who, you know, have you talked to the global solutions directors? Do they know about your idea? And he kept trying to get me to do it for him. And so I thought for sure that this is going to be an application that if he was struggling so much with the video and so much with trying to figure out who is his leader, which is something that people should be empowered to know. There's just like somebody who's not going to be able to do a good job with the program. And so that I was thinking going into this, like, this is the one that I know I probably won't end up funding, because it's great to have a really good idea and have a really good technical idea, but if you can't make those connections out into the business and sell it to people and actually figure out if the customer wants it, or get anybody else on your team to work with you, then that's a problem, because it won't ever be a business venture then. And I kept trying to push him to, you know, talk to some junior staff or somebody else who can help him with the video. If he wasn't like sure how to do it, a lot of people, and I put up a whole video I did on how to do different types of videos using PowerPoint, Microsoft Teams, online applications, just taking a selfie video like this. And he was just struggling so much with it that I was like, this is a chance to upskill and be innovative and like work on our digital skills. Like that, the point isn't just, I don't know. I mean, the video application was very intentional on my behalf, because people weren't reading any of the written stuff that these applicants were putting together. Some of them would, like the lead of the program, obviously she had to, but all the other directors, they just didn't have time for it. And so if the person didn't call them up on the phone and explain their idea before submitting the application, the director wouldn't know anything going into the review. Some of them did. Some of them were really good. But some of them aren't. Like I did a review last week and the market director emailed all of us about 2 minutes after the meeting started, was like, hey guys, I didn't do anything to prepare for this. And we were like, show up to the meeting, like we're waiting for you. And so I ended up pulling up the transcript of the videos so that he could browse it. And the one director, the solutions director, she knew very much about the ideas and had worked with the team in developing their idea and the business side of it and everything, which is how it should go. We used to require that people get approval from their directors. And it's a little bit of a barrier to entry, and I think some of the directors aren't as accessible as other directors. So I took out that requirement this year, but I made very clear that you should be talking to your leaders before you just submit something. And they can help you with your idea. Like, you're not on a ship on your own. Like we work as a team here. You can't get any idea off the ground unless you have a team. Which is part of why I went into this review thinking like, oh, this guy can't build a team. He doesn't know how to reach out. He can't read the directions and do it. But I just watched his video and it's really good, actually. I think he probably did struggle. So it is a 3-minute video that you can see him like turn it on and off. So I think he didn't use any video editing software at all. He just turned it on and he rehearsed it. So it would be exactly 3 minutes. He was 2 seconds over, but I'll give it to him. And it was really good. It was kind of funny at the beginning, but yeah, it was good. He had some models that he built to help explain his idea. I have no idea if it's technically sound because I don't do concrete or whatever it was that he was talking about. I actually don't even know what it was. Like, I have a civil degree and I don't know what this thing was that he was talking about, which is part of the reason that I also asked for some information, including a 140 character description of the project, which some people must have done 140 words or didn't actually read what they were supposed to do. But the description is very useful if I understood what any of these terms were. On most of them, they are very useful. Then I'm like, oh yeah, that's that idea. It kind of jogs your memory just seeing the description. But yeah, so I'm interested to see how this review goes because I thought the video and the application is really strong. And if the people that know him that are directors in his solutions area feel that they can like help him build a team and that they can really get this idea going, I'm 100%. He's not actually asking for that much time, he does have a few team members here. Actually, he's got a lot of team members. He's got at least 3 technical advisors and salespeople and a bunch of others working on it, but it's really not that much of a request. He's, let's see, 15,000. A lot of them are around 15,000, which is, I mean, it's probably, I'll end up funding people around 10 to 15, maybe 20,000. Some people are asking for more like 30, and their ideas are bigger and they probably will need more, and I'll still only give them a little bit to start out with and kind of meet this first stop gate before we fund them the rest of the way. He does have this as a idea type 5, which is my company's way of describing different innovation ideas. And 5 is the one that's most disruptory, like new business. This is changing the way we do business. And so I don't know that this is a disruptor idea, but a lot of people, I don't think they know how to tag their innovation ideas, and that's partly why I'm here, is to help them with that, and to try to track the ideas and how they're doing, and then when the ideas are out in the business, the return on the ideas and how we're actually using them and supporting the teams. So anyway, I just thought that was interesting, and I think it's a good lesson to learn from, like how other people do things and how it comes off, because I mean, maybe other leads would have liked that he was reaching out that much, and for me, I was thinking he should be doing this on his own. And so, yeah, just kind of knowing your audience a little bit.